Hello, friends. Welcome to Story Behind Podcast. This is the show for people who love hearing a good story and who believe the world could use more positivity. We're the team behind GodUpdates and God2, and we hope these weekly short stories will brighten your day.
Christian Candace Cameron Bure tells Wendy Williams about losing jobs in Hollywood. Written by Dustin Diedrich, read by Adam State. Christian celebrity Candace Cameron Bure is known all over Hollywood for her faith. She never shies away from discussing her love for the Lord, and she's used her elevated platform to share his good news. But that doesn't mean it's always been easy for the former co-host of The View. Candace Cameron Bure faced discrimination plenty of times over her faith. During a 2018 interview on The Wendy Williams Show, Candace opened up about experiencing discrimination in the industry because of her faith. "I've been booked for things and then I would get canceled a few days before." Candace went on to say that bookers would realize who she was and wouldn't want her at their event. But she has never backed down from her beliefs and continued to share her religious beliefs. Over the years, Candace Cameron became more and more open about her faith and made a name for herself as a family-friendly entertainer. "I've chosen to be in family entertainment. That has been a very intentional decision on my part. I've always wanted to do family entertainment, never wanted to kind of go down a dark road even as an actress." Today, Candace starred in the hit television show Fuller House and regularly appeared in Hallmark movies before moving over to its competitor, GAC Media. It seems she has finally found her place in Hollywood and is happier than ever. "I have experienced discrimination in the faith department for sure in my career, but I don't experience it as much now. And I think because so many people know me for it, so I think they look to me for my faith."
The greatest red carpet you'll ever walk is through your front door.
We're Dr. Josh and Christy Straub, marriage and leadership coaches and hosts of the Famous at Home podcast.
With a realistic, grace-filled look at the struggles families face today, we cover topics designed to help you become a rock star under your roof, set healthy rhythms between work and home, and build a rock-solid marriage.
To listen now, go to lifeaudio.com or search Famous at Home on your favorite podcast platform.
Danny Bonaduce opens up about the mystery illness that wreaked havoc on his life. Written by Haley Wells, read by Adam State. Good Morning America's Zohreen Shah interviewed 63-year-old Danny Bonaduce about the mystery illness that struck him in 2022, and the experience seems to have Danny putting a greater priority on his health. One day in April, Danny's wife, Amy, noticed that his speech was garbled and nonsensical. Concerned that he may be having a stroke as his father had, Amy called for emergency help. Danny was taken to the hospital, where he stayed for 5 days. He remembers very little of those days. Danny explains that in those first moments of his mystery illness, he didn't realize that his words were gibberish, but he knew that he was not able to walk or maintain balance. He saw Amy's fear when she told him, "You're not saying words, you're not speaking English." Once released from the hospital, Danny did not immediately return to work at his Seattle-based radio show. Instead, he spent approximately 2 months resting and recovering, telling his social media followers, "I'm still working towards receiving a diagnosis. What I do know is I need some time to focus on my health." Danny acknowledges that he has lived a wild life and he has struggled with addiction. He opened up about those struggles on his reality show titled Breaking Bonaduce. Now sober, he hoped to get a diagnosis regarding his health scare. However, even after his hospitalization and various tests, doctors couldn't find any explanation for the speech, balance, and walking issues he had suddenly developed. They were able to rule out a stroke, though. When Danny returned to work, he urged his fans to be aware of their health, saying, "There was nothing that said this was going to happen. Take time to consider your health and what you're doing. Pay attention." The one-time child actor who played Danny on the Partridge Family in the early 1970s has lived quite a life. And over the years, he's added television personality, wrestler, and radio DJ to his resume. Even through the ups and downs in his life, Danny's fans love him and send him many well wishes when he fell ill. Behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. Jeremiah 33:6.
Thank you so much for listening to Story Behind Podcast. We're really glad you joined us for this week's story. To see photos and videos that may have been referenced in this episode, check out the links in the show notes. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, subscribe to our podcast, and please tell a friend about us. We'd also love it if you'd rate us and leave us a review. It really does help more people find us. Story Behind is a Salem Web Network production.
Hey there, it's Nicole Eunice from the How to Study the Bible podcast, and I'd love to invite you to join us as we weekly discover a passage of God's Word together. From beginning to end, from principles to practicals, we are here to make sure that God's Word is powerful and relevant to your life. If that sounds like something you're looking for, I would love to invite you to subscribe. You can go to lifeaudio.com and search How to Study the Bible, and we'll see you there.